Welcome back to In the Greenhouse with Orchid Supply Store. As you all know, my name is Ken, and I get to be the Grand Wizard or the host or whatever you call it for this trip. There goes my phone, my camera. Don't mean to make you sick, but this happens. Let me see if I can get the stand situated. And without my head being real crooked. Okay, so I guess that's okay. So today we get to announce the winner of the bark. And I'm going to do this just a little different. Normally what I do is I just count the number of entries, 1 through whatever, and then I take a random number generator on the computer and I have it generate from 1 through whatever number I have, so let's say 60, and it'll generate a number, and let's say it's number 25, and then I count down the entries on the page, and the 25th entry is the winner. So that was about as fair as I could come up with. But today I'm going to do it in a more traditional way. What I did is I printed out all of the entries, and I think there was 61 today. So I printed out 61 entries with their YouTube ID on it, and I cut them and I put them in an envelope, which I have right here. And here it is. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up or not, but what I'm going to do is dump them on the desk randomly, or mix them up the best that I can, and close my eyes and pick one. Pick one. And the winner is Tamara Cohen. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name or not, but her ID is TAMERACOELH087. And I'll put this out on the website so you'll know exactly who won, and she'll know who she is. Or I guess it's she. And that's the winner of the bark. So it will be her choice, 2.5 gallon bag of whichever bark she wants. So that's the winner of today's contest. And we always have to start another one. So let's give away another mount. I've had a lot of interest on the mounts. A lot of people have said they want a mount. They want a mount. And of course, you can always go out and buy one. They're on the site. But it's a whole lot more fun, when you win one. So we're going to do that again. We're going to have the next giveaway to be a mount. It will start right now, just as soon as you see this video, and it will run for a week until next Friday. So that's how we're going to do it. Don't really have much today. I thought it was rather exciting that we see 1 or 2 or 3, ever how many it was, of the orchids in bloom, which is something that I just never have. But we got it today. Had a real quick, maybe a 45-second trip through the greenhouse, and you got to see all the green leaves again. I know that's exciting. But that's it for today, and we'll start the giveaway for the mount right now. Remember, you have to subscribe. You have to enter a comment. That's how you get entered. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to show you a section of land at the back of the greenhouse that I'm going to be working on over the next, it should be several months, because I've got a lot of time to work on it. I'm going to set it up for some vandas. going to put some vandas outside, but I do have to wait until it gets warm. So the move probably won't happen until probably May, maybe early or late April, early May, and I'll keep them out there all summer until it starts getting cold, which will be probably late September. So they'll be outside from May, June, July, August, and September. So they'll be outside for 5 months. I've done this before, and the vandas really, really like it outside. They get all of the fresh fresh air. They get the sun, the natural sun, the natural wind, and they just really, really thrive out there. So that will be my project, and I'll show you updates along. When I do something, I'll show you what today you're going to see the beginning of how it looks right now, and then when I do something, whatever it is, we'll get a quick look at that, and you can follow the progression over the next few months. So be sure to subscribe, so that you won't miss any of that. I think for me, it's going to be exciting because I don't do a lot of work anymore. I don't get out in the yard and do a lot of things, but this is going to be relatively easy, so I think I can do it. And when we get it finished, it's going to look really, really nice. So subscribe, give me that thumbs up, enter a comment for the next giveaway. That's how we do it. We will do this again, so you come back now. Just a real quick trip through the greenhouse. We haven't done this but maybe 20 or 30 times, but it's always good to see them. I'm going to have to do something with these spider plants. Even this little one right here, you see it's got 2 babies on it. Now this one has, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 or 10. So I'm going to have to do something with it. This one is taking over the shell, so I'm going to have to move it. So that they did grow into the shell. That one's got about 8 or 10 or maybe more on it. My mounts here on the back wall, they're doing good, and I think I showed this one the other day. This is my big Phalaenopsis that had a monstrous spike and bloom on it, and it's putting off another one. It's going way up there, all the way to the ceiling almost. So it's going to be spectacular when it does bloom. Okay, swinging around this way. This is something that I rarely get to show you. I should have done this one earlier because it's just about gone now. But this one Phalaenopsis, has been just beautiful. It had, I don't know, 8 or 10, blooms on it. And as you see, put my hand. Can I get it there? Yeah, there it is. You can see that it covers my whole hand. Okay, and this is something that just rarely get to see here in the greenhouse. This is a Vanda. This is one of the unnamed vandas, that I got from Thailand. And as you see, it's a very, very beautiful plant. Great big blooms. So like I said, don't get to see these too often because they're sold and gone before they bloom. And here's another one right here. And I love this color. I know that joker, it just looks like little animals, little lamb or a little goat or something, sitting there. And coming on down to the rest of them. And I think I have got one more right here. So this is the unusual part about my greenhouse, is we just don't get to see blooms because they just don't hang around long enough. But that was it for that. Take a quick look in my small greenhouse, and as you see, all of these are doing just phenomenal. The roots are really growing long. I had to come out last week and separate a lot of the baskets. These Vanda orchids, the roots just go crazy, and when they're this close together, they will hang on to each other. One orchid from one basket will grow its roots into its neighboring basket. So I had to come out and just kind of pry them apart. Otherwise, if when I get ready to really use them, they're going to be so close together, so grown together, I won't be able to get them. So that's a quick look in the small greenhouse. Okay, let's walk outside. Okay. One of the things that I'm going to be doing over the next, probably the next couple of months, is I'm going to take this area right here in the back of my greenhouse, between these 3 trees, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make a Vanda garden, I guess that's what you would call it. It'll have to be cleaned on the bottom, and everything cleaned up very, very nice. And I'm going to put some type of hanger, board, wire. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, between the trees, and that's where the Vandas will hang. And then I'll run water out here, so that it can be watered automatically every day or every other day or whatever is needed. And I'm going to clean this up again. I've got a path that leads to the back, where I have some lyropy. My grandson, my youngest grandson, fixed this up about 2 years ago. He had it just perfect. There was a nice walkway, pine bark nuggets all the way down. He had it draining, and when I first had my caladiums, that's where I had them, planted in pots back here in the back. And when they started blooming, I mean, it was just a sight, to be seen. I mean, it was really, really nice. And I've got some other trees that I may include. I'm not sure. I've got one, a big one right there, kind of in the back. Oh, there goes a squirrel running across the yard. I may go back that direction. Also, just depends on how much space that I need. And if I do, then I'll be able to do like a little triangle between that tree, and this tree, and have a walk between them. So I've got a lot of space here, but I'm going to have to do something with the sun. I'll probably have to put a sunshade, up on this side of it, for the early afternoon sun in the summertime, It gets really, really hot right here. Of course, right now it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and the sun is behind the big trees, and so we don't have to worry about it, when it starts getting this time of year. But in the earlier spring, oh, there they go, one squirrel after another squirrel. Nope, he must have got away. But in the early spring, of course the sun is higher and it sets at a different spot. It can really, really get warm back here. So I'll have to put up a shade for that. And if I wanted, I could even come over on this side. So that's not my property right there. That's kind of the line between my property and the next door neighbors. And she is an older lady, lives by herself, and just really doesn't do anything in her backyard. Of course, I did nothing in my backyard either until the tornado came through and decided I needed to do something. While I'm out here, let me check the amount of gas I have left. And what do I have there? That's got about 40% left in this tank, and that's a 200-gallon tank. And then running in parallel with it, I have a 100-gallon tank, and it is, I can't even see it in there, it's at about 30%. So both of them are about the same, and they run into the greenhouse, which feeds the heat. Okay, I think that's everything we need to cover out here.